Gorge, what's your thoughts on the game and how it all played out?
Thought what we're going through, a seasoned team that's experienced, that knows how to play together, that was pumped up for us and ready. We're wounded coming in here, and I loved where our team went. And there was some keys tonight, and I said it after the losses, some things that are becoming apparent. And the one, I've been in the game a long time. This is now 2 games in a row. In 40 years, it doesn't happen very often. They make more free throws than we shoot. So tonight, it's a pretty physical game. They're a physical team. We shoot 6 free throws, 7 fouls for the whole game. Can't win. Can't beat a team like that. So falls back on me. I've been talking to our guys about showing their hands, moving their feet, communicating. I thought it was, you guys saw the game, I thought it was pretty fudging physical. Got 2 guys in there pretty beat up. One might be out for a long period of time. We didn't get to the line. That's a huge factor.
Who's struggling who might be out for a long time?
JG.
Oh, really?
Yeah. The one that was laying down at the end of the.
Oh,
yeah.
How can your guys sell the calls better? How can they get themselves some of these fouls that they're missing out on?
Well, I don't want to. Came back into this thing with a mindset of, and I think I've been. If you've watched my behavior on the sideline this year, total in and nothing in the press conferences, but the stats becoming concerning. We're addressing it, and I thought the doubt falls on us. I got to do a better job of coaching. I got to talk about the hands, the feet, but it was a big discussion point when I came into the locker room. Hey, man, what's going on out there? They're, physical screens, strong picks. There's a lot of holding and grabbing out there, and I thought it was fairly equal as far as the contact was in the game. I thought both teams were, and it was very, very lopsided as far as the deal goes. And now it's 87-84, 86-85. This game is a fine line. All these teams, it's that much, and everyone's looking for an edge, and that foul line's a big one. So again, I'm emotional tonight because I thought we addressed what we needed to address, and we had the chance to do it, and that stares you in the face.
I applaud the attitude you take. Some of your other coaches are very confrontational. Do you feel you might have to change that, be more confrontational?
I said,
be more upfront?
I said I've changed my behavior and taken a strong approach to that, trying to handle myself with class, keep my mouth shut, and coach my team. And again, losing adds to frustration. So we've taken 3 shots and we've lost close games, these things, and talked long and hard about it, and I'm coaching it. And so tonight, one of the big aspects of this was we got to no transition baskets, no offensive rebounds, and no unnecessarily fouling. Keep them off the line. So I'm going to have a look at it, but that one stares, and it's conversation in the locker room.
You changed the rotation, it seemed. How big a part had that been in the lead-in about figuring out you're going to have to sit some guys or you're going to have to play guys longer? It looked like you made some changes.
Made some changes. Time with, we thought with their group to try to go small. And then the whole thing shifts with the opportunity to put J.A. in the game. And again, going into this game, he hasn't trained or practiced too much over the course of the year. What do we run? Is he going to be able to play 3 minutes? Is he going to be able to play 10 minutes? So fortunate for us, and he had a big aspect to it. We haven't scored on pick and roll. Everybody will talk about Cam Oliver, but the aspect of Cam Oliver, when you watch the film, go back to Cairns, the guard he played with, got him the ball on pick and roll. We haven't been scoring out of pick and roll. It's been by committee. And tonight we're playing one of the best, and he got a lot of stuff off J.A. on those on balls, which enabled me as the clock's ticking over. I think there was less frustration and easier to move bodies when you have that happening. So I got a fair use out of 9, and again This is a hard part of the schedule for us, so we do have some banged up bodies. I don't know how he'll pull up for the next one, but I've got some guys down there ready to go. And regardless of what everybody else is saying, what's in our locker room is good. And I thought tonight, and I thought for the most part under the circumstances, we've played some pretty good basketball. It's been patchy, but less patchy tonight, and I think everyone can see the importance of J.A. to this group.
You mentioned a second player a little banged up. Is that J.A.?
Yeah.
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 Are the players frustrated about the lack of calls they're getting as well?
We don't discuss that. Tonight was the first time that, because I've been harping about it, and this team is extremely physical. Extremely physical. Set strong screens, body checks you, hands all over you. You look at the out of bounds play, you stop it. You're in a bear hug. And that's the way this is. So okay, let's go. How does it doesn't. So tonight was the first, because I've been going the other way with this, saying, look at this as a stat. This has got to be fixed. So as I come in the locker room, hey, man, let's flip this thing. This was pretty equal out there. That stat's not on us. That's the feeling of this one tonight.
And so how do you, aside from what you might do with the league if you choose to do anything there, how do you coach this with the group, given you dominated points in the paint, you guys had more offensive rebounds, like you guys are getting into positions where you should be drawing contact effectively, but you're not getting those calls. How do you coach the players through that?
It's difficult, but what I'm saying is I'm talking to my guys about putting a chest on a guy and showing your hands,
yeah.
And certain things happen in practice, and I'll call it on them, and other things will happen where guys will lay down and I won't. I've got like 3 points here that I'm all get your hands off them, keep your hands off them, put a chest on them, show your hands. So I'm making that a part of my teaching. And so my avenue of return now is, and again, I haven't made this part of the press conferences, but this is now, why are you losing? This is a big part of it. So it falls on me to work with my team on it, and then also maybe to take some cuts out of this. I've tried to stay away from that, but take some cuts out of this and show it to the referee supervisor. But it's something I'm going to work at after this game.
What's the early word on JG's shoulder? Did it pop out? Or?
Yes.
Has he been carrying that for a bit? Because I know he's had a tape and that sort of stuff for a while.
Yeah, he's got, it's stability we're working on and trying to, but it got smacked tonight. And I don't know, because I'm not a doc, but I know it wasn't good. He had to be taken out. And I've been told, he's got to see somebody and we'll see where it takes us, but it wasn't good.
Alex Tui, I know his numbers weren't huge tonight. You had him on Rob Lowe at the start because of the different starting lineup. How did you see that matchup, and how are you sort of seeing how he's handling things?
I loved him tonight. Versatility of what we tried to do was create mismatches at the start of the game. Who's going to guard, have us. We're not as big, we're not as strong, we're not as powerful. I didn't know what we'd get from JA, so I tried to create mismatches. They had some part of it in their favor, but his was his ability to carry the ball and attack the rim. And again, I thought he did a really good job of that, and defending 1 from 5. So I keep telling him he's more than a 3-and-D guy. As this thing expands, and positionally, we were 5 out tonight, or 4 out, 1 in. So he played like a guard. He was positionless. His position was based on who he guarded, and I enjoy him. I'm just as excited about him as I was when I got here, and I think he's targeted. I think everybody on him. He's one of our key ones, and the fact that we haven't had JA for periods of time, he's been able to be focused on. So tonight there was a little more freedom, and I thought the word for him now is not unpositional and versatile.
Cam Oliver, there was some chatter after the last game about frustration, probably on both sides, from you, from him. I'm much happier with what you got out of him tonight, and I guess what sort of changed for him tonight and the way he attacked.
Let's be real specific on Cam Oliver. He's a hell of a kid. And when I kept saying to him, we're involved in entertainment. And our discussion was hitting the chair or he was upset that we're losing games and he thinks we're a pretty good team and he could do more. Now, that falls on a bunch of avenues. Am I playing him enough? Am I using him well enough? He didn't go there with me when we talked. He talked about himself personally. And I thought tonight, what's transpired in this, definitely in my mind, go small and come back and go with him tonight, go with JG. And then I felt like if JA got going, that's going to really help him. And tonight, what really unleashed him, I thought, one was his energy package, defensive transition, attacking the glass. But number two was the servicing he got, over-the-top lobs, penetration, dump-ins, dunks. He hasn't had that in the first 8 games of the year.
Brian, how inspirational was Xavier for the team tonight? It seemed like every time Melbourne would get on a run, he'd be the one that would pick his teammates up.
I still feel I got the best guy in the league. Every aspect of it, leadership in the locker room, communication on the floor, carries the ball, finds people, scores. I think, and there's been a lot he's had to carry through this aspect. We've had trouble with not having JA, so he's kind of like a 0.5, a 0.4. So has to guard multiple people, plays to exhaustion. Really fortunate and really, as I say this, I know we've lost 3 in a row. There's tough stuff ahead, but I'm really excited about my group, as I said, and I love tonight. I love the competition tonight. The blood was boiling. It was great basketball, and I just said to the guys, every game now we're going to be playing for our life. Forget what everybody's saying about championship and being the best team. We're trying to survive and make these playoffs. And that's the reality of this. We're 5-5. We're in a war every night. Get excited about it.
And just on JA, he seemed to have finished the game pretty strongly. You said he had a bit of a niggle afterwards.
He stiffened up as the game went on. He was really good. We waited 3 minutes into it. He felt great in the first half. Started a little bit in the third, got him out of there in the third, and then got him out of there in the fourth, but put him back in there to win the game. And as you said, he did make plays and give us a chance. But as you look at this moving forward, we're still real positive tonight, real excited about tonight. But there's, it's still some work there as far as strength and core and getting him healthy and fit.
Gorge, how tough is it in such a close game to have Daly just set up 3 3-point shots right in that last sort of 90 seconds there?
Well, he made the boomers, and so I didn't get snake eyes from him after the game was over. I got a smile from him, and it was he's a winner, and that's defensively made plays, got his feet in the paint, finds people. You know what you're playing against. And again, Jack White hitting. I thought we did a great job on him. We had to rim protect, and basically him shooting the ball over a hand was kind of the poison, not Goulding. And credit to him. And again, Delly just shows time and time again why he's special. Thank you.